Hi. Last time we have decoded and dumped video frames, and now we are going to understand playing video and audio. And to begin with, firstly we should understand how playing works. Now firstly we will focus on audio playing, and today we are going to look into the packet queue logic. We try to understand what's the packet queue and how we can use in audio playing. Last time we have opened the file, found the decoder and opened the codec, log some frame, and while reading we have decoded, and while decoding we have displayed the frame using STL. Okay, and now let's have a look basically what packet queue is. Okay, our queue will not have pre-ordered seeds for its items. The items will be linked to each other, and the order will be specified by the pointers within these items pointing to each other. Okay. Let's have these. Let's have this be our queue. Okay, this is the entrance, and this is the exit. Our decoder will put packets here, and the packets will be taken from here by renderer, in our case STL. So there will be two basic methods for this queue. Let's put action and get action. Decoder will put items and renderer will get items. When the queue is empty and we put the first item, okay, the first item will be both the front item, or let's say first item, and also the last item. Okay, and it will point to nothing, null. When we put the second item, then we will say that okay, first item will point to the second item, is its next pointer. The next of first item will be the second one, and this will be the first item, and this will be the last item. Okay, let's make it better. Up. Sorry for the bad drawing. Okay, now this will be the first item, and this will be the last item, and last item will point to null as default. And when we put the third item, the items is like moving, but actually they are not moving. We are not using an array here, changing the places of the items. No, we are linking them to each other. So this moving is just for visual and to understand things. Okay. Now when we have the third item, the first item will be here, still first, but last item changes to be the third item. Okay, and we can have some size for the queue, and when we get items, we get the first item. And we say that its next item is first. Very simple. When we put item, okay, we change the last item. We say the previous item, you are no more the last item, this item is the last item, and you will be pointing to the last item as your next. And when we get items, okay, we change the first one, say you are no more the first, you are not in the queue anymore, we will get you out of here. Your next item will be first item. This is the logic. So we will put audio and maybe also video packets here from decoder, and renderer, when it's time to renderer will get packets from here. So the first enters the queue as the first one that exists. In other words, first in, first out. This is the packet queue logic we will use, is mostly used in our playing. Okay, I'm not going to write the code. I already have some code, and we will just look through it. This is the structure of the packet queue. We have the item, packet item, AV packet list. Why we don't use AV packet itself? Because AV packet does not have next pointer in it, but AV packet list have is next pointer. It's a very simple structure. having the data is AV packet and AV packet list as is next pointer. We can also have some custom node structure, but ffmpeg API already has AV packet list. Okay, we define first and last pointers and number of packets and size of the queue. Okay, packet queue init, we set the structure memory to 0 and putting items in the queue. We have some new item here. We check if there is some queue, of course, and we allocate memory for our new item. We check if we can do it, and we put the source packet, the first packet, to its data field, to its packet pointer, and we set its next pointer to null, and we check if the queue is empty. Here we use the last item as checking point. If there is no last item, the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, this is also the first item. And we say that last items, if the queue is not empty, there is some last item here, we say that its next item is this item, our new item. We set by default as putting in queue the new items as the last one. As you see, every time we put some item here, it will be the last item by default. If the queue is empty, it will be also the first item. If the queue is not empty, the first item will be different. We increase the number of packets and we set the size. This is how we put packets in our packet queue. And how we get items from queue, we check the packet queue, and also we need some pre-allocated packets here. If there is no pre-allocated queue or packet, it returns false. Okay, we get the first item here, remember. To get items, we always get the first item. We get the first item if there is such item. Now we change the first of the queue. Okay, we get this first items next and say that now you are the first item. Okay, this is the next item. Okay, now you are the first item. If there is no first item, we say that the queue is empty. Remember, we use last item to check for queue is empty. Means actually when we say your next item is first item, means that there is only if, okay, we get the first item but we see that its next is null, so there were only one item in the queue, and when we get it, now the queue is empty. we decrease number of packets and we decrease size, and we get the value here to our packet, and we free our item and return. Okay, now let's see things in action. This is our audio queue. We init the queue. Here firstly I made simple 2 loops here, and one loop we put 10 packets into the queue. We allocate some packet, and just to make sure the items order, I set its position to the loops index, and we put in queue. Later we get items from queue and we print its position. Finally, number of packets left and size of the queue. Okay, let's run it. Okay, let's see. We've printed when we get packets. We get the first packet. See, the first one is the first packet. The second one is the second packet. Third one, third. You see. No. And finally, no packets left and size of queue is 0. Okay, this is it.